What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Paddock, and today we are going to learn the famous John Coltrane lick from Giant Steps. If you've ever listened to John Coltrane's Giant Steps, you've heard this lick all over the place in several different keys. The lick itself is actually very easy, but playing it over Giant Steps, not so much. So we are going to learn the lick, and I'm going to show you how to use it in your improvisation. So I'm going to show you what chords to use it with and how you can take this lick and change it into other keys and other chords. So the lick itself is just 1, 2, 3, 5. So in the key of G, that would be G, A, B, D. It's actually really easy. So I'm going to talk in the key of the alto saxophone because I'm playing one. So again, that's G, A, B, D on the alto saxophone. If you're playing tenor saxophone or trumpet, that'd be C, D, E, G. And if you are a C instrument, that'd be B flat, C, D, F. But I'm going to be talking in alto saxophone key because, again, I'm playing an alto sax. If you check out a lot of my videos, then you should already be very familiar with this lick because I use it as a cycle pattern. I did a video on cycle patterns around the circle of fourths, and I used this lick. When I did that, I didn't talk about improvisation at all. I just used it to show you how to work on playing in different keys using this scale pattern. So today, I'm going to take it and show you how you can use it in your improvisation. So again, the lick is just 1, 2, 3, 5. Because it doesn't have a seventh, that means you can play this over a major seventh chord or a dominant seventh chord. Because there's no seventh, it doesn't matter what the quality of the seventh is. So 1, 2, 3, 5 will work over any dominant chord or any major chord. You just need to make sure that you are in the key of the root. So you can use this lick all over the place. And I actually consider this more of a cell than a lick. To me, a lick is a complete musical thought, and these 5 notes, although they sound cool, it doesn't sound like a complete thought to me. So I consider it a cell. A cell is a small group of notes. So you take this small group of notes and you can change it to fit whatever chord you're playing over. And you can also combine it with other parts of the cell. So you can take the cell, these 5 notes, and add other parts to it. So let's take this lick and figure out how we can turn it into something that sounds really cool. The first thing we're going to do is use it to play outside of the chord. So if I was playing this over a G7 and I wanted to use this lick and play something that sounded outside of the chord, in other words, something that's not written in the chord, you can do what I call half-stepping. I would play the lick in the key of G, and then I would go up a half step to A flat, and then back to G. So it takes you inside the chord, and then outside the chord, and back inside the chord. So it would sound like this. In the key of G, I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, 5 in the key of G, and then 1, 2, 3, 5 in the key of A flat, and then back to G. So you're combining these 2 cells to make a full lick. You really want to lock it in, you could do each one 2 times. Or instead of going down to the root, you could go up to the next half step. And keep going until you find a chord tone or you find a resolution note. So again, this is taking this cell and combining it with other parts of this cell and turning it into a lick. Another way that you can use this cell to play outside of the chord changes is to take it around the circle of fourths. So if you saw my video on the cycle pattern, this is exactly what I did. So I play the lick in G, then I play it in C, then I play it in F, then I play it in B flat, and you just stop whenever you want to resolve it. So this would sound like play it in G, C, F, B flat, and then you can take it as far as you want as long as you resolve it down to a chord tone. So altogether it would sound like this. Again, there are a ton of ways that you can use this cell and turn it into a super cool sounding lick. Okay, so now we've talked about how to play it over major chords. Let's talk about how to play it over minor chords. All you need to do is lower your third. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 5, you're going to play 1, 2, flat 3, 5. So it would sound like this. Pretty simple. The major, the minor. Really easy. So you could use this lick over any minor chord. Now, this puts us in a position where we could also play it in a diatonic scale. So diatonic scale just means playing in the key of the scale that you're in. So if we were playing this cell in the key of G, we could play it on each degree of the scale. So we would play 1, 2, 3, 5 on G. Then go to A and treat it like A minor and play 1, 2, 3, 5. Then go to B and play 1, 2, 3, 5. So we played a B, C natural, D natural, and F sharp. And we did that so that we stayed in the key of G. So if you put that all together, it sounds like this. Which sounds pretty cool, but it also sounds a little bit almost like a scale pattern. But you could pick any of the notes in your diatonic scale. So you don't necessarily have to go up in steps. So you could go. Or if you want to get really fancy with it, you could play the cycle pattern around the circle of fourths, but play a major one, then a minor one, then a major one, then a minor one. So that would be G major cell to C minor cell to F major cell to B flat minor cell. And that's going to give you a really cool sound. Take a listen to it. Again, this cell is so great. This Coltrane lick is so great because you can change it. It's convertible. You can change it into almost anything you want. So the Coltrane lick from Giant Steps is one of the absolute most useful licks that you can have in your bag of tricks when it comes to improvisation, because it'll fit over just about any chord and you can change it however you want. And if you use it correctly, you can get inside and outside of the changes with no problem at all. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video. I hope that you're now able to use this John Coltrane lick in your improvisation. And if you can, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Thanks a lot.